grew these giant pumpkins right here in my backyard, and in this video, I'm going to show you every single step, from one tiny seed all the way to harvest day. Step 1 is the seed. Buy real giant pumpkin seeds, like Dill's Atlantic Giant. Normal pumpkin seeds will never grow this big, so good genetics matter more than anything else. Gently file the side edges of each giant pumpkin seed with a small nail file, but never touch the pointed tip. This tiny trick helps water soak in much faster. Next, soak the giant pumpkin seeds in warm water for 4 to 6 hours. This softens the hard shell and wakes the seed up so it sprouts quickly and strongly. Now, plant each giant pumpkin seed pointed end down, about 1 inch deep, in loose, fluffy seed starting mix. Never use heavy garden soil for starting seeds. It stays too wet. Cover the pot with a clear plastic dome and keep it warm, around 30 degrees Celsius. Giant pumpkin seeds germinate fastest when they have both heat and humidity together. Day 5 and the giant pumpkin sprout is up. As soon as you see it, remove the dome and move the pot into full, bright light so it grows strong. Rotate your giant pumpkin seedling a half turn every single day so the stem grows perfectly straight. A leaning seedling becomes a weak plant that struggles when it moves outside. While the seedling grows indoors, prepare the planting site outside. A giant pumpkin needs full sun all day long and a huge open space for the vine to run. Now, feed the soil. Mix in lots of compost and well-aged manure where your giant pumpkin will grow. Giant pumpkins are the heaviest feeders in the entire garden. Shape the enriched soil into a wide, low planting mound. The mound warms up faster in spring, and it drains perfectly after heavy rain, exactly what giant pumpkins love. Before planting outside, harden off your giant pumpkin seedling. Give it a few hours outdoors every day for 1 week, so the sun and wind never shock it. Transplant day. Slide the root ball out very gently and plant it in the center of the mound. Handle the roots like glass. Pumpkins hate root disturbance more than anything. Water the giant pumpkin seedling deeply right after transplanting. From now on, keep the soil always moist but never soggy. That is the golden rule of pumpkin growing. Cover the young giant pumpkin plant with a mini greenhouse tunnel. It blocks cold wind at night, holds in warmth, and can easily add weeks of extra growth. Week 3, and the giant pumpkin vine is taking off. Spread a thick layer of straw mulch around the base to lock in moisture and block all the weeds. Feed your giant pumpkin plant every single week with fish emulsion and liquid seaweed. This early feeding builds the huge leaf engine that will power the giant fruit later. Train the main giant pumpkin vine to grow in one straight direction, like a Christmas tree shape. An organized vine now means a monster pumpkin later, trust me. Here's a champion grower's secret. Bury the giant pumpkin vine with soil at every leaf node. Each buried node grows extra roots that pump in more water and food. Now learn your giant pumpkin flowers. The male flower stands on a long, skinny stem, but the female flower always has a tiny baby pumpkin sitting right underneath her. Hand pollinate early in the morning while the flowers are open. Peel a male flower and brush its pollen directly onto the female's center. Never leave this job to the bees. Once several giant pumpkin fruits have set, it's time to choose your champion. Pick the roundest fruit growing on the thickest, strongest section of the main vine. Now, the hard part. Remove every other giant pumpkin fruit from the vine. It hurts, but 100% of the plant's energy must flow into your one champion. Slide a bed of sand and a foam board under your giant pumpkin now, while it's still light enough to lift. This stops rot and lets it slide as it swells. Prune the side vines to about 8 feet long and pinch off the tips. Controlled growth means all that sugar flows straight into the giant pumpkin, not into extra leaves. At peak growth, a giant pumpkin drinks over 100 liters of water every single day. Always water deep and slow at the roots, and never spray the leaves. Once the fruit is growing fast, switch to potassium-rich feeding. Compost tea and kelp every week will make your giant pumpkin swell bigger and bigger, right before your eyes. Now, shade the giant pumpkin fruit itself from direct sunlight. If the skin hardens too early, it will crack open while the inside is still growing. Shade cloth solves this. Measure your giant pumpkin's circumference every week to track its progress. At peak season, a healthy giant pumpkin can gain more than 10 pounds in a single day. Incredible. Stay on pest patrol. Check under the giant pumpkin leaves for squash bugs every few days, and spray diluted milk once a week to stop powdery mildew before it spreads. Late in the season, the giant pumpkin's growth finally slows down. Don't worry, the plant is now pouring all its energy into hardening that thick, deep orange skin. So, how do you know it's ready? Your giant pumpkin is ripe when the stem turns woody, the knock sounds hollow, and your fingernail can no longer dent the skin. Harvest day is finally here. Cut the thick stem with sharp loppers and leave at least 6 inches attached. And remember, never ever lift a pumpkin by its stem. Moving a giant pumpkin takes a strong tarp, a few good friends, and a lot of patience. Roll it gently and slowly because it bruises just like a giant apple. 612 pounds of giant pumpkin grown from one tiny seed right here at home. If I can do this in my backyard, you absolutely can too. One last thing, save the seeds from your best giant pumpkin because next year's champion starts today. Subscribe and let's grow something giant together. See you in the garden.